Let's talk about something that a lot of us experience. Have you ever really liked someone and just couldn't stop thinking about them? Maybe it's a girl on your work or someone you see around, and you just can't help but hope that she'll start liking you back one day. It's totally normal to feel this way. We all want to be liked. And when we have a crush on someone, it's easy to get caught up in those feelings. But here's the thing. Sometimes we keep chasing after someone even when it's clear that they're not interested. Why do we do this? Well, it's because we like them so much that we hope that if we just try a little harder, they'll finally notice us and start liking us back. We imagine all the fun things we could do together, like going to the movies, hanging out after school, or just talking and laughing. It's nice to think about, right? But when we're so focused on trying to get their attention, we might not see what's really happening. Have you ever noticed that the more you try to get her attention, the less she seems to care? It's like trying to catch a butterfly. The harder you try to grab it, the faster it flies away. But if you sit quietly, sometimes the butterfly will come and sit on your shoulder all by itself. This is where things get tricky. You keep trying and trying, thinking that maybe if we just do one more nice thing, she'll finally see how great we are. But what we don't realize is that by chasing her so much, we might actually be pushing her away. It's not because she doesn't like nice things. It's just that when someone is always there, always doing things for you, you might start to take them for granted. It's human nature. So, the next time you find yourself constantly trying to get someone's attention, take a step back and think about why you're doing it. Are you hoping that she'll finally notice you? Or are you just afraid of what will happen if you stop trying? Understanding this is the first step in figuring out what to do next. Now that we've talked about why we keep chasing after someone, let's discuss what happens when you stop. This is where things can get really interesting. Imagine this. You've been trying hard to get her attention. Always texting her first, always trying to sit next to her at lunch, always making sure she notices you. But one day, you decide to stop. You don't text her first. You don't go out of your way to be near her. And you just focus on doing your own thing. At first, she might not even notice. She's used to you always being there, so it doesn't really register that things are different. But after a while, something strange happens. She starts to wonder why you're not paying as much attention to her. She might start to think, why isn't he trying to talk to me anymore? Did something happen? Is he mad at me? This is called confusion, and it can actually work in your favor. When she's confused, she starts to think about you in a way she might not have before. It's like when you lose something you didn't realize was important to you until it's gone. Suddenly, she might start to miss the attention you used to give her. But here's the key. While she's feeling confused, you need to stay focused on yourself. It's like planting a seed. You can't expect a flower to grow overnight. It takes time. And if you try to rush it, you might mess things up. So, while she's wondering what's going on, you should be having fun with your friends, working on your hobbies, and just being happy with who you are. And here's the cool part. If she starts to miss your attention, she might begin to reach out to you. Maybe she'll start texting you first, or she'll try to sit next to you at lunch. When this happens, it's a sign that she's starting to see you in a new light. But remember, this isn't about playing games. It's about giving her the space to realize what she really wants. So what happens when you stop chasing? You give her the chance to think about you and maybe even miss you. And in the meantime, you get to focus on the most important person in your life, yourself. Alright, so we've talked about why you might want to stop chasing after her and what can happen when you do. Now, let's dig a little deeper into why this confusion can actually be a good thing. You might be wondering, why would I want to confuse someone I like? It sounds kind of mean, right? But hold on, it's not about being mean at all. It's about giving her the space to really think about how she feels. When someone is used to getting a lot of attention, they might not think much about it. It's like having dessert every day. At first it's awesome, but after a while, you don't appreciate it as much. But if you stop having dessert for a while, suddenly, when you get it again, it tastes amazing. The same thing can happen with attention. So, when you stop giving her so much attention, it shakes things up a bit. She might start to wonder why things feel different. This confusion can make her think about you more. Instead of just expecting your texts or your company, she might start to realize that she misses it. And that's where things get interesting. Confusion can be a good thing because it helps people see things in a new way. When she's confused about why you're not paying as much attention, she might start to value the attention you used to give her. It's like when you misplace your favorite toy or game. You might not think about it every day, but when it's missing, you suddenly realize how much you liked it. But here's the trick. You have to be patient. Just like planting a seed takes time, so does giving someone the space to figure out how they feel. If you try to rush things or go back to chasing her too soon, she might not have the chance to really miss you. So, while she's feeling confused, you keep doing your thing. Focus on your own happiness and let her figure out hers. And remember, this isn't about making her feel bad. It's about giving both of you the time and space to think about what you really want. If she realizes she misses you, that's great. If she doesn't, then at least you know where you stand, and you can move on to someone who appreciates you from the start. Alright, so you've stopped chasing her, and she might be feeling a bit confused. Now you're probably wondering, what should I do next? This is a really important part of the process because it's where you need to figure out what you really want and how you should act based on that. First things first, what do you really want from this girl? You want to be just friends? Or are you hoping for something more, like a relationship? This is a big decision, and it's important to be honest with yourself. If you just want to be friends, that's totally fine. Friendships can be awesome, and sometimes they can even turn into something more later on. But if you're hoping for a romantic relationship, then you need to pay close attention to how she's responding to you now. Let's say you decide you want to be just friends. In that case, keep being a good friend, but remember not to overdo it. Friendship should be a two-way street, where both people give and take equally. Make sure you're not just doing things to make her like you more, but because you genuinely enjoy spending time together. And don't forget to have other friends and hobbies that make you happy. This way, your life doesn't revolve around just one person, and you stay balanced and happy. But what if you want more than friendship? If that's the case, watch how she acts now that you've stopped chasing her. Is she starting to pay more attention to you? Is she trying to spend more time with you? These are good signs that she might be interested in something more. However, if she doesn't seem to care or only comes around when she wants something from you, then it's time to think carefully about what you're getting out of this relationship. She's only interested when you're giving her attention and doesn't care about your feelings. That's not a healthy relationship. It's important to be with someone who values you for who you are, not just for what you can do for them. So if you're not seeing any real interest from her, it might be time to move on and focus on finding someone who does appreciate you. The next step is all about taking your time, being patient, and observing how things unfold. Remember, you deserve someone who genuinely likes you for you. Don't settle for less. Now that you're figuring out what you want and what she might want, let's talk about something super important. Don't give everything away too soon. What do I mean by that? Well, sometimes when we really like someone, we want to do everything we can to make them happy. We might go out of our way to do nice things, give them lots of attention, and try to show them how much we care. While it's great to be kind and thoughtful, there's a little secret you should know. If you give everything too quickly, it might not be appreciated as much. Think about it like this. You got a present every single day? After a while, you might start to expect it and not feel as excited about it. But if you only get a present on special occasions, it feels really special, right? The same thing can happen in relationships. If you're always giving her attention, always doing things for her, she might start to take it for granted. It's not that she doesn't appreciate you, but when something is always there, we sometimes forget how special it is. So, what should you do instead? It's all about balance. Be kind, be thoughtful, but don't feel like you have to do everything all at once. Take your time to get to know each other better and let the relationship grow naturally. This way, each nice thing you do will feel more special, and she'll appreciate it more. Another thing to keep in mind is that relationships should be about give and take. You're always giving and she's not giving anything back. That's a sign that things might not be balanced. Healthy relationship is one where both people care about each other and are willing to do nice things for each other. Also, remember that it's okay to have your own life and interests outside of the relationship. In fact, it's really important. When you have hobbies, friends, and activities that make you happy, you bring more to the relationship. You'll have interesting things to talk about, and she'll see that you're someone with your own passions and goals. But don't feel like you have to give everything away too soon. Take your time, enjoy getting to know each other, and let the relationship develop at its own pace. This way, you'll both appreciate what you have, and you'll build something strong and lasting. All right, let's talk about something that might be a little tough. What if she doesn't care when you stop chasing her? This can be a really hard situation to deal with, especially if you really like her. But it's important to understand that not everyone is going to like you back. And that's okay. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means that you're not the right match for each other. So, what do you do if she doesn't seem to care? The first thing to remember is that it's not the end of the world. Yes, it might feel disappointing, but it's better to know the truth than to keep hoping for something that isn't going to happen. If she doesn't care that you've stopped giving her attention, it might be a sign that she wasn't that interested in the first place. And that's okay. It's better to find out now than later on when you've invested even more time and energy. The next step is to focus on yourself. This might sound cliché, but it's really important. When you focus on making yourself happy, everything else tends to fall into place. Think about the things that make you feel good, whether it's a hobby, spending time with friends, or learning something new, and do more of those things. When you're happy and confident, other people will notice. It's like you become a magnet for positive energy. It's also important to keep in mind that there are plenty of other people out there who might be a better match for you. Just because things didn't work out with this one girl doesn't mean they won't work out with someone else. The world is full of amazing people, and when you're ready, you'll find someone who likes you for exactly who you are. And here's something else to think about. Sometimes when you stop chasing someone and focus on yourself, that's when they start to notice you. It's not a guarantee, but when you're happy and confident, you become more attractive to others. So by focusing on yourself, you might actually end up getting her attention after all. But even if you don't, you'll be in a better place, ready to meet someone who truly appreciates you. Remember, it's okay if she doesn't care. What matters most is that you care about yourself and that you keep moving forward, no matter what. Now that we've talked about what to do if she doesn't care, let's dive deeper into something really important: focusing on yourself. You might be wondering, why is focusing on myself so important? Well, let me tell you a little secret. When you're happy with who you are, everything else in life gets a whole lot better. When you're constantly chasing after someone else, it's easy to forget about your own needs and happiness. You might start to think that your happiness depends on whether or not that person likes you back. But the truth is, your happiness should come from within. When you're happy with yourself, you'll be more confident, and that confidence will attract people who appreciate you for who you are. So how do you focus on yourself? Start by thinking about the things that make you feel good. Do you have a hobby you love? Playing a sport, drawing, or playing video games? Spend more time doing those things. When you're engaged in activities that make you happy, you're not only having fun, but you're also building your confidence and skills. Plus, you'll have more interesting things to talk about with others. Another great way to focus on yourself is to set some personal goals. Maybe you want to get better at something, like a school subject, sport, or a creative project. Setting goals gives you something to work towards and helps you feel a sense of accomplishment when you achieve them. And guess what? When you're working on your goals, you'll be too busy to worry about whether or not someone else likes you. It's also important to take care of yourself. This means getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, and staying active. When you take care of your body, you feel better overall, and that can boost your mood and confidence. Finally, remember to spend time with friends and family. These are the people who care about you no matter what, and spending time with them can remind you that you're valued and loved. They can also help you stay grounded and focused on what really matters. In the end, focusing on yourself isn't about being selfish. It's about making sure you're happy and healthy so that you can bring the best version of yourself to any relationship. And when you're happy with who you are, you'll be ready to meet someone who truly appreciates you. Now that we've talked about focusing on yourself, let's move on to what you should do based on your goals. It's important to understand what you want from the situation. Are you looking for a simple friendship, or are you hoping for something more serious? Knowing this will help you decide how to act. First, think about what you really want. Are you hoping for a close relationship, or are you just looking for friends? If you want something serious, and she doesn't seem interested in that, you might need to change your approach. Be honest with yourself about what you're looking for. Next, watch how she reacts to your behavior. If you start to pull back, and she shows more interest, it might mean she values your attention and is open to something more. But if she remains distant or doesn't seem to care, it could mean she's not interested in a deeper relationship. Her reactions can help you understand her feelings and if she's right for your goals. If you're unsure about how she feels, talking about it can help. You don't need to be too direct, but having a conversation about where you both stand can clear up confusion. This way, you can understand each other's expectations and decide what to do next. Based on what you find out from her reactions and any talks you have, adjust your approach. If she shows interest and wants to build a serious relationship, you can continue to spend time and effort on getting to know her. But if she seems to want only a casual friendship or shows little interest, it might be better to focus on your own goals and interests. Remember to keep focusing on yourself no matter what happens. Working on your own goals and building confidence will help you stay happy and strong. Relationships should be about mutual respect and understanding, so make sure you're in a good place before getting into something serious. In summary, understanding your goals and observing her reactions are key to deciding what to do next. Communicate openly and adjust your approach based on what you learn, and always keep focusing on your personal growth and happiness. All right, friends, let's dive into understanding her reactions. We've talked a lot about stopping the chase and focusing on yourself, but how can you really understand what's going on in her mind? Understanding her reactions can give you valuable clues about how she feels and what might be the best way to move forward. When you stop giving her attention, her initial reaction might be confusion. She might start wondering why you're not reaching out like you used to. This confusion is actually a sign that she cares, at least a little. When someone is used to having constant attention and suddenly it stops, it can make them rethink how they feel about you. But remember, not all reactions are the same. Some people might react by trying to get your attention back, while others might not show much of a reaction at all. It's important to pay attention to these reactions and think about what they might mean. If she starts reaching out to you more, it could mean she's starting to miss your attention and wants to reconnect. On the other hand, if she doesn't seem to care or only reaches out when she needs something, it might be a sign that she's not as interested in you as you'd hoped. Her reaction can also show you whether she's genuinely interested or just caught up in the drama. If she starts acting differently, like being more attentive or making an effort to spend time with you, it might be a sign that she's starting to value you more. But if her actions are just to get you back on her terms without any real change, it might be worth reconsidering what you want from the relationship. It's also important to consider how her reaction makes you feel. If her behavior is causing you stress or making you unhappy, it might be a sign that this relationship isn't as healthy as it should be. Pay attention to your own feelings and needs, and don't be afraid to make decisions that are best for your well-being. In summary, Understanding her reactions involves looking at how she responds to your change in behavior and what that might mean for your relationship. Pay attention to whether her actions show genuine interest or just a reaction chain, and always consider how her behavior affects you and your happiness. Now, let's talk about the importance of timing. Timing is a huge factor in any relationship, and it can really make a difference in how things turn out. When it comes to changing your behavior and understanding her reactions, timing plays a crucial role. When you decide to stop chasing her, timing is everything. You make this change too suddenly or at the wrong time, it might not have the effect you're hoping for. For example, if she's going through a tough time or has a lot on her plate, pulling back might not give her the space to appreciate you more. In fact, it could add to her stress or make her feel like you're abandoning her. On the flip side, if you time it right, it can be very effective. You've been giving her a lot of attention and you notice that she's starting to take it for granted, it might be a good time to pull back a bit. This can create a healthy space where she has the chance to miss you and realize your value. Another important aspect of timing is knowing when to make a move. If you've stopped chasing her and she starts to show signs of interest again, it's important to be patient. Don't rush into things or start acting overly eager. Instead, let things develop naturally and take your time to see if her interest is genuine and lasting. Also, consider the timing of your own personal growth and changes. If you're focusing on yourself and working on your own goals, make sure you're doing it for your own benefit, not just to impress her. When you're genuinely happy and confident, it shows, and it can make a big difference in how she perceives you. In relationships, timing is all about finding the right moments to make changes, take action, or just let things flow. Pay attention to the signals you're getting and the overall context of your situation. By being mindful of timing, you can navigate your relationship in a way that feels natural and positive, both of you. Let's be real for a moment. Dealing with rejection can be tough. If you've stopped chasing her and things don't turn out the way you hoped, it's important to handle rejection in a healthy way. Rejection is a part of life, and while it's never easy, it's something that everyone experiences at some point. First thing to remember is that rejection is not a reflection of your worth. Just because someone doesn't feel the same way about you doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. People have different preferences, and sometimes things just don't work out. It's important to keep this in mind and not let rejection make you feel less valuable. One way to deal with rejection is to give yourself some time to process your feelings. It's okay to feel disappointed, sad, or even frustrated. Allow yourself to feel these emotions and then take steps to move forward. Talking to friends or family can help, as they can offer support and perspective. Another important aspect of handling rejection is focusing on the positives. Think about the things you've learned from the experience and how you can use that knowledge to grow. Maybe you've discovered more about what you want in a relationship, or how to handle challenging situations. Use these insights to make yourself stronger and more confident. Remember, rejection can also be a chance to redirect your energy towards something new. If a particular relationship didn't work out, it opens up space for new opportunities and connections. Focus on your own goals and interests, and be open to meeting new people. Sometimes the right person comes along when you least expect it. Lastly, keep a positive mindset. It might take some time, but remember that the right person will appreciate you for who you are. Rejection is a normal part of life, and it's something that everyone goes through. By handling it with grace and focusing on your own growth, you'll be better prepared for future relationships. So if you face rejection, remember that it's just a part of the journey. Take it in stride, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Confidence and hope. All right, let's talk about building confidence. Confidence is a key part of any relationship, and it's something that can make a big difference in how you approach situations and how others perceive you. If you're dealing with a challenging situation or just looking to improve your relationships, working on your confidence can be really helpful. First, start by recognizing your strengths and achievements. Think about the things you're good at and the accomplishments you're proud of. This could be anything from excelling in a sport, having a talent for a hobby, or achieving a personal goal. By focusing on your strengths, you build a foundation of self-assurance. Another way to build confidence is to set small, achievable goals. When you set goals and work towards them, you get a sense of accomplishment that boosts your self-esteem. These goals don't have to be huge. They can be simple things like improving a skill or tackling a new challenge. Celebrate your progress along the way to keep yourself motivated. Taking care of yourself physically can also improve your confidence. When you feel good about your health and appearance, it positively impacts how you feel about yourself. Make sure to eat well, stay active, and get enough rest. Feeling good physically can translate into feeling good mentally. Don't forget the power of positive thinking. Try to shift your mindset from focusing on negative thoughts to celebrating positive aspects of yourself. Practice self-affirmation by reminding yourself of your worth and the things you like about yourself. Positive self-talk can help you feel more confident and self-assured. Another important aspect of building confidence is stepping out of your comfort zone. Trying new things and facing challenges can help you grow and build resilience. Each time you overcome a challenge, you gain more confidence in your abilities. Lastly, remember that building confidence is a continuous journey. It's okay to have ups and downs, and it's important to be kind to yourself along the way. By focusing on your strengths, setting goals, taking care of yourself, and maintaining a positive mindset, you'll build the confidence you need to handle any situation. So, take these tips to heart and start building your confidence today. It will not only help you in your relationships, but in all areas of your life. All right, we've covered a lot of ground, and now it's time to talk about moving forward. No matter what happens in your current situation, the most important thing is to keep moving forward and focus on the future. Moving forward is about learning from your experiences and applying those lessons to create a better future for yourself. First, take some time to reflect on what you've learned. Think about what worked well and what didn't. Reflecting on your experiences can help you gain valuable insights into what you want in a relationship and how you can improve your approach. Use these lessons to guide your actions moving forward. Next, set new goals for yourself. These goals can be related to your personal growth, your relationships, or any other area of your life. Setting goals gives you a sense of direction and purpose. It also helps you stay focused on what you want to achieve, rather than dwelling on past experiences. Don't be afraid to embrace new opportunities. Moving forward often means being open to new experiences and meeting new people. Be proactive in seeking out opportunities that align with your goals and interests. Whether it's joining a new club, taking up a new hobby, or making new friends, embrace the possibilities that come your way. Also, remember to keep a positive outlook. Moving forward can sometimes feel challenging, but maintaining a positive attitude can make a big difference. Focus on the things that are going well and the progress you're making. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and stay optimistic about the future. Lastly, be kind to yourself during this process. Change takes time, and it's important to be patient with yourself as you navigate new experiences and challenges. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family who encourage you and remind you of your strengths. In summary, moving forward is about reflecting on your experiences, setting new goals, embracing new opportunities, and maintaining a positive outlook. By focusing on these aspects, you'll create a brighter future and continue to grow and thrive. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I hope these tips help you as you move forward. Keep pushing towards your goals and remember to always believe in yourself.